We kick a little something for the radio. Check it, bust it. Tune it up, it's the corrupt novelist, Nas involved in this liveness. Radio wave slaves thrive inside of this wake up show flow. Hip hop's alarm clock, the bomb spot. Mellow with ganja that makes my eyes turn yellow. See reclined on my leather sofa. However, close to 9 p.m. Joe Quicks, Kid Tech, I could just see him on the 1 and 2 son. My blunt and full pour the rum 92.3. Number one in the slum representing DJs. Sway the host, police the most. What a collaboration. Say I'm comatose, no pork, just knowledge, and I'm born once more. It's the beat that blesses the street deep in the 9-4. Hip hop's last prophet hits forth in existence. The 92.3 megahertz will exert radio waves, the slaves for a phenomenal distance. Electrons to fear to slice the cheek so you can hear some slum literature. Consider it will numb your eardrum, kid. You're sleeping like a ladder day. Saint for swaying King Tech to wake you up on Saturday. 9 to 12 verbal junkies overdosing Joe Quicks to get you fixed to the mix and then them ghosts win. In your sleep I slap you with the lethal doses of medicine. So wake up with organized the brethren. King Tech Joe Quicks better than your last fix. Severing whackness with sway the host dose on fat mix. Baby doors frontin' so Saturday nights open. Hopping on the 101 time scoping 92.3 degrees. Choking on chocolate. FM dial smoking Prince Poe blows up from LA to the boats and I'm out. Yo, it's the wake up show. My genetic makeup take up 130 pounds of beef. But lyrics shake up like January 17th. Crossovers extinct. Them seasons fossil. Protect your neck and wear a bullet. Amateurs bandage your cornea. Cause you don't want to see California. You see arsenic, spitting arsenic. Which way tech and Joe Quicks on the mix. Spider meningitis ain't as stiff as the whip of rats. Cast out flash like laces crackers with whips. Come equipped. You're losing your paraphernalia.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Oh man, it's a good day. It's a good day. Oh man. Oh yeah, hey, I remember Theo, Johnny. I remember Theo. He had the smooth, silky voice, and he was on the beat, and he was on 92.3 the beat, and he was wildly popular, man. The girls loved him some Theo. Remember that? You remember that? Well, yeah, you were here. No, this is man, when was that, Johnny? That was like 10, 15, 20 years ago. Chris Parr, what up? Everybody, that's my buddy Chris. Everybody, good morning. I am Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor, and welcome to the Road to $1 Million. Road to $1 Million. What is the Road to $1 Million, Daron? What are you talking about? Why would you have this thing every day? You talk about a Road to $1 Million. What does that mean? Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to do is give you some opportunities, some insights, some things that might smooth out your path to prosperity. Okay, so we couch it in this thing we call the Road to $1 Million. We congregate every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I call it church. Somebody called me the real estate reverend, and I'm just rolling with that thing. So it's good to have you guys here. It's good to be full of life and exciting opportunities. If that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will. Life is good and life is full of opportunities. And so if you can find some ways to crystallize those opportunities or to streamline all of the opportunities that you face and take advantage of the best ones, then we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Then that's what the Road to $1 Million is all about. There are a million ways to make $1 million. It's just you have to choose one, and then you have to choose the most intelligent methodology for going about your course, about taking your road to $1 million. So what I try to help you do here is not be so stuck on chasing everybody's path to $1 million. I'm trying to help you find your path to $1 million. Does that make sense? So the only reason it makes sense for us to do this every day is if in some small way every day you're getting a little bit further down your road to $1 million. And so what I can do in assisting you in that regard is to help you with some little insights, maybe a little pearl here and a little pearl there that help you navigate that road. And so that's the whole goal here. And so my goal is to get a bigger and better and smarter audience every day, because we're getting bigger and better and smarter every day. You see, so if I can help you with a pearl a day, 5 days a week, And anytime you can join, you join, and you learn, and you pick up something, some little tip. Hey, Lupe, you pick up one little pearl of wisdom that helps you get a little bit better in what you do, then I've done my job, and then maybe you'll help me grow this church. I want to grow this congregation. I want to grow this movement, and hopefully one day, you know, we're logging on together. You guys can say, hey, I was in his first 100 viewers, and now he's got 250,000 of them. I think we can go there because I think we're just doing good. I think we're giving good information. We're helping each other out, and if we do that enough, it'll get viral. Oh, and on that note, Marlon has told me, hey, if you guys don't mind, hit that share button and invite some folks. Hit the share button and just let people know that you're watching this live, and maybe we'll grow like that. If you can help me, help you, and we do this in a reciprocal manner, maybe this cult becomes something giant. The people don't like the word cult. I like the word cult because you know what? A cult could be a good thing. It could be a dangerous thing, but it's something that people believe in with all their heart, right? People don't join a cult halfway. They join it because they're all in. And this is the road to $1 million. And if you believe in the road to $1 million, if you believe $1 million a year or more is what you're worthy of, then hey, buy in, jump in, let's go, do this. There's an opportunity. If there are people out there in that world that are waking up every day and doing things that make them 7 figures plus, then why not you? Man, I had lunch with a guy last week. Man, this guy is easily making $1 million a month. What? A month? $1 million a month? What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, that's $1 million a month. That's every 30 days, okay? We're talking about $1 million this year amongst us. This cat's making $1 million a month kind of on autopilot, okay? He gets to spend a month in Europe anytime he's in the mood. You see what I'm saying? Thanks, Chris, for hitting that share button. And Coma, what's up, my brother? Glad you're here. Listen, it's possible. It's doable. If there's a human being out there doing it, then why not you? Why not you? Why don't we just blow up our old thinking and come into some new thinking and think about how we can proliferate? How can I proliferate? My job is to show you how you can make $1 million this year, 5 million next year, and then maybe $1 million a month the year after that. Why? Because it's doable. And if it's doable, then why not? Then why not? Okay? So then let's start this whole quest with the concept of this. Let's not be afraid of the work. Holy cow. Marlon, you got to get some graphics because some stuff needs to blow up right now when I say that. Boom, 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 fireworks. Ladies and gentlemen, the road to $1 million starts with not being afraid of the work. That means not being afraid to tune the car up, get in the car, get on the road, and be wide awake, ready for the drive. The road to $1 million starts with the work. And here we go. Let's talk about the disease. Let's talk about the disease that plagues how much? 92% of the people on planet Earth. The people out there, 90 to 92, my estimate is about 92% of the people, they are real good at hoping and dreaming. Woo! I wish I had a bunch of money. I wish I drove a Bentley. I wish I lived in a mansion. And we spend a lot of good time watching folks on TV in their mansions and watching people pimping their rides and watching people on in their, you know, what are those shows with all the ridiculous stuff? You know, there was some show about a ridiculous people spending $500,000 on their kid's sweet 16 party, whatever that was. And all those things. We spend a lot of time watching other people enjoy life to the max and not enough time putting in the work so that we can enjoy life to the max. And here's another fundamental. One, you got to be ready to do the work. And two, you better understand that there is no such thing as instant gratification. Whoa! Explosion! Bam, bam, bam! Every time I have a major thought like that you ought to burn into your brain, Marlon's going to come up with some graphics so we can make some explosions happen on the screen. But the point is, you got to put in the work, and nothing happens overnight. And every single success story out there happens with somebody putting in the work, putting in the work, putting in the work. What starts out as hard starts getting easier. See, everything is difficult until it's not. Everything unfamiliar is difficult until it's not. And when does it not? After you've practiced it. Remember last week we talked about the piano? Remember last week we talked about making your habits so strong, so repetitive. You've done it so many times that you get to stop thinking about it. Okay, so now we're talking about the underlying principle behind all of that. The hard work is what you need to be prepared to do every day. Then hard work becomes a habit. Habits get easier, ladies and gentlemen. They don't get harder, they get easier. Do you understand? Here's what you gotta know. You gotta understand that hard work is only hard at the beginning. Explosion! Pow, pow, pow! Fireworks, fireworks. Profound thought just hit you, ladies and gentlemen. Hard work. Ronaldo, what's up, my brother? Hard work is only hard at the beginning. The problem is most people don't stick with it long enough for it to start getting easy. Pick a task. I don't care what the task is. For the purposes of this meeting, we're talking about things that can make you a bunch of money, right? Things, oh, I like the explosion. Is that an explosion, Marlon?
Yeah, something like it.
Oh, look at that. We got a little baby explosion happening on the screen. All right, good job. Listen, most people don't stick with the hard work long enough for it to become easy. Ladies and gentlemen, go write that down somewhere. I need to stick with the difficult tasks. I need to stick with the hard work until they become second nature, until they become easy. So you don't like prospecting? You don't like door knocking? You don't like talking to other people? You don't like walking into a room and making sure you leave with 40 business cards? You don't like that? Go practice it some more. Go practice it some more. Join a group, join a club, join a networking group. This is from my UCLA networking group that I just joined. You walk in the room, you get every freaking card in the room, start practicing that. Practice that. And then eventually it becomes second nature. Then it flows. Then it becomes part of your personality. See, then the hard work is over. You do things habitually long enough until they become ingrained in who you are. Hello. Hey, Peaches. Peaches joined us. Everybody say hi to Peaches. Her name is Tanya, but she really goes by Peaches. Nobody calls her Tanya. It's Peaches. Everybody say what's up to Peaches. And Latanya, what's up, Latanya Johnson? Welcome. We are talking about doing the work until the work becomes second nature. We're talking about doing the work until it becomes part of who you are. You see, the goal is to make the $1 million habits become part of who you are. Oh my God, are you listening, people? Okay, so if a habit becomes something that's second nature, if you do it long enough, if you make prospecting your habit, or if you make getting good in a meeting or getting good in a sales situation your habit, you practice it and you practice it, you role play it, you go in the field and you try it out on other people, you role play it again some more, and then you go try it out on some more people, and you get better and you get better and you get better and you get better because it was your habit. I get better at stuff because I do it every day. You get better at stuff because you try it, you practice it, you make errors, you turn, you twist, you get better every day. If you do that, then it soon becomes almost like osmosis without you even knowing that it happened. It becomes part of what? Who you are. People ask me, dude, like, well, I can't be you. You just talk to people and it just like flows like this. Like I met a couple yesterday at an open house. By the time I was done, this couple said, well, we just live down the road. Why don't you come over and have dinner with us next week? Like dinner next week? They just walked into my open house. 20 minutes later, she says, you ought to be on that show, $1 Million Listing. Why don't you come over for dinner next week? Why? How does that happen? Because Marlon thinks that's funny. How does that happen? Because I have had a ton of practice at getting to know people, building rapport, making them comfortable, and then my influence can take over. You see, once they know, trust, love, respect you, then your influence can take over. So let's go backwards one step. Then how do you get to people to love, know, and respect you? You get in the habit of getting good at building rapport and breaking down that wall that's right there when people first start out. These people first walked in my open house stiff as a board, like robots. I don't know, she was a little afraid to shake my hand, I think. And then by the time I was done, oh, you should be on that show, $1 Million Listing. Why don't you come over for dinner next week? That's because I've had so much practice at breaking down that wall, building that rapport, gaining that respect, and making them trust me from there. And now my ability to sell them on something for $2 million, which is what their budget is going to be so much easier because I got the rapport. Now, how did I get the ability to build that rapport? Once again, T is joining us. Hey, T, good morning. Habits. Habits. What is my habit? My habit is in going out and taking as many meetings as I can, joining as many networking groups as I can, going to be in the middle of a bunch of people as much as I can, taking a bunch of strangers and turning them all into my tribe by the end of that evening, and then having them go, now I like that dude, or I respect that dude, or I like what that guy's talking about. And then the next time I talk to them, and the next and the next and the next, they respect what I have to say, and so that my sales pitch now has influence. You see, influence, because people buy when they feel sure. Now, how do people get to feel sure? They get to feel sure because you convey a sure message to them. You see, sales is a funny thing, ladies and gentlemen. Sales is something that if you want the probabilities to go up, if you want your kill ratio to be, I kill 9 out of 10 buy from me. 9 out of 10. So if you want to have a 90% kill ratio, then you got to raise the level of influence that you have over a person so that when you say, hey, I believe this is something that's good for you, it's good for your family, it's good for business, they go, if you say it, I believe it, it must be true. Let's go. You see, then you're not in the business of getting lucky. You're in the business of being good. And when you're good, your kill ratio goes way up. A lot of salespeople are in the business of getting lucky. I don't want you to be in the business of getting lucky. People who make 7 figures, people who make over $1 million a year are not in the business of getting lucky. Okay? Do you understand? T, that's funny. Maybe so, maybe so. But listen, there's a formula for getting influence, and when you have influence, people have respect. When you have their respect, then what you recommend becomes a must do. What you endorse becomes oh, absolutely, you're correct. When you say something is a good opportunity or a good deal or a good buy or a good value, they go, damn right. If he said it, it must be true. Why? Because I know him, I respect him, and there's no animosity, there's no wall here. Daron's coming over for dinner, and whatever he says we ought to make an offer on, well, damn it, we're making an offer. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's a fact. You can get there from here. Okay, but let's go all the way backwards, because I jumped forward real fast on you. Let's go all the way backwards. Where does this begin? This begins with the great habits that you're going to form by practicing getting better at breaking down those barriers, getting better at building rapport, getting better at talking to someone. And by the time you're done with that 8-minute phone conversation, they feel relaxed and good about you, and they will take every call you ever make to them from this point forward. You see, you're not in the business, and if you're in real estate or anything big ticket, big money, you're not in the business of making one phone call and making one sale. That's what a telemarketer does for, I don't know, what do telemarketers sell these days? I don't know, but that's for low ticket items. I'm talking about selling high ticket items. I'm talking about selling big things that have big paychecks attached to them. Right? So if I'm trying to sell somebody a $2 million property with a $100,000 paycheck attached to it, then I have to get to another level with that person. It's not, Hey, I got this house for sale. It's $2 million. Will you take it or not? Yes, I will. No, that's not how this game works. I'm not selling vacuum cleaners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm selling, he laughs at that stuff. I'm selling $2 million pieces of real estate. So the ability to get really good at selling $2 million pieces of real estate is getting the ability to have someone get comfortable with you. You've built rapport with them. You've captured their imagination, their respect. They like the logical arguments you deliver, and they love the emotional arguments you deliver, usually in that order. Remember that, logic first, emotion second, but you got to have both. We talked about that last week. If you didn't hear, you better go back and review. But the point is, if you can get them both there in a short period of time, then you capture their respect. And when you capture their respect, they listen to your advice. And when they listen to your advice, you sell them good stuff. And when you sell them good stuff, you get the big paycheck. Explosions! Pow, pow, pow! Fireworks. We made a good point. T, you missed that. When we make great points, we're going to do some explosions. Marlon's working on the graphics. But listen, that's where you need to go to become a master of sales, an expert in sales, a guru of sales. That's the big monster seminar and course Marlon and I are conceptualizing right now that I'll tell you guys about when it's ready to go. But master of sales is that. Is can you put me in front of somebody and can 15 minutes later they go, oh my God, that's the best real estate agent I ever met. And if he says something's a good value, we're going to take a close look at it. We're going to consider taking his advice from that point forward. That's what a sales master is. That's what a sales guru is. Now, in the future, coming up, lessons coming up, I'm going to show you how to do those faster and faster and faster because you know I love speed and speed kills. Because in order to make $1 million or $2 million or $5 million or $10 million, you're going to have to go fast. So you're going to have to be able to build this rapport fast. You're going to have to be able to break down that wall quickly. You're going to be able to have to capture their respect quickly, and then they're going to have to do what you say from that point forward. The challenge is, the fun part is, how many of those can I get through in a day? How many of those kind of appointments can I do in a day? Can I influence 5 people a day to make a $2 million decision when I tell them to? Oh my God, what's my earning potential then? The question is, can you do 1 today? Can you do 5 today? I'm going to show you some tricks coming up that help you get to 5, 7, and 10 of those appointments a day. But first, we're going to get you to the point where your tools are so sharp, so razor sharp, that there's nobody you can't sit in front of, quickly convert, capture their respect, make them go, oh my God, that's the greatest salesperson I ever met. Whatever he or she says, I'm going to do. Now, when you get to that level, your tools are super sharp. There is nothing you can't cut with your tool. That means there's no sale you can't make. Now, when you've got that kind of confidence, then it breathes on itself and it becomes exponential. And then you go, oh my God, just give me appointments. Just give me appointments. There's nothing I can't kill. I hunt, I kill. I go out, I go for 1 deal, I kill 1 deal. That's how you get a 90% kill ratio. That's how you get rich, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get paid. You're right, T. Speed kills. But first, you can't be reckless with your speed. You can't be unskilled with your speed. Let's get you to the point where your tools are so sharp, your words are so magical that people go, oh my God, that made so much sense. Let's listen to that lady right there. Let's do what she says do, because I believe her, because she's that good. Because she's that good. Right? Good morning, Danisha. Thanks for the comment. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's get our skills up here. How do we start? Let's just start at the very, very basic. Let's get our habits going. Let's practice. Let's practice. Let's practice getting good at having the conversation, breaking down the wall, building the rapport, capturing the respect. Oh, somebody should bottle that. I just said that. Wait. Oh man. We gotta put that. That's a segment in the seminar, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's practice. What did I say? Let's practice breaking down the wall, building that rapport, capturing their respect, and then you own them. That's the bottom line. Then you own them. Break down that barrier. So the initial barrier, when they walk in the door, I told you they were stiff like this. Hello. And then by 15, 17 minutes later, boom, they were like, boy, you ought to be on that TV show, $1 Million Listing. You want to come over to our house for dinner? We want you to meet my brother-in-law and his wife because they want to buy a place right on the ocean too. So I'm going to dinner. I'm going to make 2 deals from that dinner. From people that started out like this, didn't want to shake my hand, to, oh my God, come on over. We'll be cooking out on the deck. That's where you want to be able to get to quickly. And then the question becomes, how quickly can you get through those on a daily basis? How many of those can you do? How many of those can you kill on a daily basis? I'm going to show you some speed techniques coming up real soon. But let's start with the habits. Let's start with getting good. Let's start with getting comfortable. Why don't you walk into some kind of room this week and go get 40 business cards and introduce yourself to 40 people. Start with your elevator pitch. Start with, hey, I'm Angela Santiago. I am a real estate agent. I'm a professional that sells real estate to people who are in transition and want to upgrade or downgrade a pop. Think of what your elevator speech is. I started out way back in the day. I'll tell you guys what my elevator speech was back in the day. I was selling apartment buildings in the Valley, and I decided, you know, I had to start every meeting with something that captured their attention. I said, hey, I'm Daron C. Campbell, the hardest working man in real estate. I sell apartment buildings, 20 to 50 units in North Hollywood and Van Nuys, and I help people multiply their wealth in short order. Bam! They're all like, oh my God, I want to hang out with you. That's how you capture people, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you got to think of who you are and what you do, what do you deliver, and how many times can you do it a day? Now you want to lever up, you want to go faster, find a room with 20 people in it and go meet those 20 people. You want to do it faster, go decide you're going to speak to everybody you bump into at Starbucks and give your speech. You got to practice it. You got to practice it so it rolls off your tongue. You got to practice it so it's automatic. You got to practice it so it becomes who you are, okay? Hey, I like that, T. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I gave you a whole lot. I hope you didn't feel like I was all over the place. I kind of was trying to go somewhere in a straight line, but I zigged and I zagged a little bit, but I thought it was something you all needed to know. And so, again, I had these notes for you guys. I didn't get to them. We'll get to those tomorrow. I mean, notes are piling up because I start ranting, because I start getting a feeling, and I think I want to say something you guys need to hear. We're going to build habits. We're going to build expert habits. We're going to become masters of sales and gurus. And then there's nothing you can't sell, because people don't buy from companies. People don't do business with companies. People do business with people. And if you want to make big dollars and have big ticket items, you want to sell big stuff and make big paychecks, then you got to get really good at the people game. You got to get really good in the people business. You got to be a master of getting people to see your way, to see your point of view, respect what you say, and make moves when you say make moves. Oh my God, explosions, ladies and gentlemen, explosions. Let's get this going. This is a whole lot of fun. I hope you're learning something. I hope you're enjoying it.
I'm a hip-hop
this is why we play the wake-up show music.
Each Saturday, 9 until the break of dawn. Put cocaine on my tongue. You got
don't do the cocaine part. That's not what I'm endorsing. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor. This is the road to $1 million. And I'll see you. Everybody make it a great day.
Saturday night, get live, set it off, right swing with my peeps king. Take your pass mic and turn the up tier. You hear the speaker blow, the red sky, it's 9 o'clock. Time for the wake up show. To the breaker, you think I'm a say to what I say. Take cousin moms with sway. My word is born on the scene. Blotting out the main street, doing it right with your quakes on the mix. Late in the night, so soon in, cause the food don't sleep. Moving in your deep, but I have a good day.
It's 9 o'clock p.m. 92.3. The beat begins to rock hip hop non-stop. You know who got the props in LA on Saturdays. Check the sway, no
Set your clocks for the unorthodox.